Hi folks, a very warm welcome to you. It's Nick here, and as usual we're going for a bit of a walk. We're going the right way round this time. Last couple of times we've gone the other way round, but what does that mean? Nothing. We'll still talk a little bit of nonsense. Hurrah! Now, something already is a bit strange happened on this walk. Now, before I actually get to the walk, I couldn't film it. I went through a sort of like park land, and it looks like, you won't believe this, it looks like gypsies have moved in to the park. There's loads of like caravans about, there's washing up, there's no rubbish at the moment, but I'm absolutely gobsmacked. So I'm not sure I'm going to keep doing this walk. Now, I didn't get any, in future, I didn't get any problems. I don't know how long those caravans are going to be there, but there's about 10 or maybe a dozen caravans, absolutely crazy. So they could be there for absolutely months. Man, I hope there's no trouble. Yeah, so they're only sort of like on the beginning of the walk there. There don't seem to be anything around here, any due problems. There's not too many people about. There'll probably be less people about. So I haven't read that in the news that they've settled there. But that's something that's going to come up, and this could be quite a big thing. Don't know if you've been watching the live streams that go up in the week. I know a lot of you have been. Generally they go okay, although occasionally there's the odd technical hitch I have to try and cover up. But what really tested me, I think on Wednesday on the Commodore 64 stream, quite a lot went wrong there. We was going good for about an hour. My computer's recently run an update of Windows 10. Quite often when that happens it knocks out something of some description, but normally it's quite small and I can fix it. This time I was about an hour or so into the live stream and my keyboard stopped working. So I thought that was going to be like the end of the stream. I mean, that's pretty fundamental. So all of a sudden I couldn't control the stream at all. I was just stuck on the existing camera. Thank goodness it was the proper one showing the actual gameplay. And yeah, and I didn't really know how to end stuff. So I was doing the Commodore 64 emulator. I was still buzzing around there, and it got to a point where I loaded up the next game, which was going to be Wek Le Mans, I think, and I couldn't get out the menu screen, so I couldn't hit escape. And my mind was racing at this time because a lot of you was watching. I think it was up to 40, maybe 50 watchers, and I think to be successful in live streaming, it's working out what to do when things go wrong. Everyone seemed quite amused, but I was stressing a little bit, I can tell you. But thank goodness, eventually we managed to get. I had one shot at this. I got the emulator of the Amiga, so we went out the Commodore 64 and got that up and running. Normally, to exit that emulator, you have to hit F12, which obviously I couldn't do because the keyboard is duffed. And yeah, and I just managed to get through that and load Pac Mania up. If I hadn't have done that, I wouldn't have had another shot, and it would have been the end of the stream. I mean, I think if you was watching that, you did find that quite amusing there. But yeah, I mean, just to make sure, I think the driver had gone down. There'd been some conflict with Windows 10. Now, during the stream, I was mucking about a bit. I plugged in a tethered keyboard because I was using wireless to see if that would improve, and it didn't. Now, normally the only way to sort that out would be to completely reboot the computer, but I couldn't do that because obviously that would be the end of the stream. So we got our way to the end. It was all okay. We still had a good bit of fun there. We played quite a lot of games, and as I say, ended up with Pac Mania on the Amiga. But then I couldn't end the stream because there was no stop button. So it was all a bit abrupt. The only way I could turn the computer off is just to reset it. But just one of those things, really. And you always have a stream where something's gone wrong, and you compare other streams with that. But I'm pleased that happened. So if you was there, thank you for your support there. It was okay. It added to the sort of like drama, and there's a few other technical hitches that go wrong. But you know, I wouldn't change it for the world. So always watch the streams because something a bit unusual could happen at any point. Right, let's get going. Ooh, Yeah, talking about the streams as well. Now this is probably the most fun live stream I've ever done. It was on Thursday. We're doing the Speedball 2 Blundering, where it's based on a computer game by the Bitmap brothers on the Commodore Amiga, if you're unfamiliar with it. The full game is Speedball 2 Brutal Deluxe. But the idea is, I'm trying to win Division 1. First of all, win Division 1 with this terrible team, which you must upgrade or buy transfers. It's a futuristic cyberpunk game, and we've been having some really close matches. You score points by scoring goals, bonus points, bounce stones and stars. One of my favourite games back in the day on the Commodore Amiga, so thank you for dropping by on that. We're 2 weeks in. They have got archived those ones, so if you want to watch them, please do so. But there's quite a cult figure that's developed in that game. The goalkeeper called Barry, because during week 2 I was buying all superstar players and I couldn't afford one particular player, so it was Barry in goal, and his stats are the bare minimum. So he was going up against the top teams like Super Nashwan, Turbo Hammers, and he was more than fighting his own. I think he only got injured once during that, which is pretty good going. All hail Barry. On my Twitter stream, there's lots of pictures going up of Barry skiing and all that sort of stuff that people are doing. So Barry now has got his own fandom. All hail Barry, a Speedball 2. Now, he will be back. He will be back on week 3. So check out the Speedball 2 Blundering. It's going to start at 8 o'clock on the Thursday again. So get a note in your diary. But I will put on Twitter when he goes up. This time we're doing a slightly different approach on Speedball 2. Before I was doing it just buying star players from the transfer market. This time I'll be keeping the existing team, so Barry will be there and Darren and Robin, and we'll be going to the gym and upgrading them gradually. Now, doing that tactic, your team does advance slower, so it might be a bit more tough going, but if you collect enough coins during the game, the credits, eventually you end up with a much stronger team. And we got found out last week. We was in Division 1. I think we ended up coming second or third. I think it was second we come, and we missed the championship by about 12 points. So the Speedball 2 Blundering series we're going for at least another couple of weeks. All hail Barry. We will be zipping him up to maximum power as much as we can, so keep an eye out for that. Barry. Keep getting the feeling I'm being followed. Probably just my imagination. Now, as you might know, I'm a fan of Formula 1, although quite often the races are quite boring because a team called Mercedes, in particular Lewis Hamilton, storm up in the lead and win every race. Now, I don't know if you watched the most recent Grand Prix, if you're into it, the Italian Grand Prix. Bit of a surprise, 2,000 to 1 shot won, Pierre Gasly for AlphaTauri team. Second, Carlos Sainz and McLaren. Now, I was getting pretty excited because McLaren are in a bit of a hole and they haven't won for, well, since 2008. And I really thought they had a chance of winning this, and Carlos Sainz comes second from McLaren, just 0.4 seconds away. So that was pretty exciting stuff. But the most interesting news is 4 times world champion Sebastian Vettel haven't had the greatest of seasons with Ferrari this season. They was getting rid of him. Bit of a falling out. He's a good driver, except he needs his confidence. If he hasn't got the confidence, he seems to slacken off and doesn't put in the effort. But you can tell from his times before against opponents like Kimi Raikkonen, who's in the same team. He is a quick driver if he's got the incentive to do so. Now, it looked like he was leaving the sport. He's been making loads of errors this season. I don't think the Ferrari has ever been the easiest car to drive. But he's now been signed for Racing Point, who are going to become Aston Martin next season. Now, I'm hoping this gives him the boost he needs and he becomes that quality driver again, because we need teams to, for the sake of the sport, we need teams up there with Mercedes to actually challenge them. Red Bull's sometimes there, but they're a little bit off. Aston Martin, they're sort of like a name like Mercedes that could possibly do something there. So I'm just hoping there. The only problem is there's a driver for Racing Point already called Perez, who Vettel's going to be replacing. He had a really good season as well. But the number 2 driver, Stroll, his dad sort of like's got major shares or major owner of the team. They was never going to get rid of him. So as soon as they got 4 times world champion Vettel in, that's fine. So I'm pleased he's there rather than retiring completely. So hopefully that happens. So what do you think about that? Do you think Vettel should just retire? Do you think, like me, he can get any better? Or do you think we probably had the best of him and he's got worse? Keep hearing a buzzing sound like a UFO or something. Probably need to get my ears checked. Okay, so into the main woods we go. Oh, I do like going to these woods. It really de-stresses me. Takes toxins out of the brain. Citation needed, but it's good. It's good to walk around the undergrowth, see nature. There's a few flies about today. Don't know why that would be, but a bit of wood, bit of nature. You know, you can't beat it, can you? Really. Oh, it's you. You're still on this walk with me then. Oh, that's good. That's good. Now, I might have mentioned this briefly before, but I was like really addicted to this this evening soap show that used to be on in the UK. It's back on again. If you're not in the UK, that's why I say in the UK. It's a show called EastEnders, set in the East End of London, and basically it follows the hapless lives of lots of characters in a fictional town called Albert Square in London. Now, it was on about 3 or 4 times a week, so maybe way too much. And because of the COVID, they stopped filming, and it recently come back on this Monday. And I was sort of like broken free of that addiction, really, because it hadn't been on for such a long time. And so it come to Monday, and I didn't watch it. And I thought I was quite proud of myself there. And Tuesday, I didn't watch it, and it was on Thursday. I haven't watched it again, but people I'm around keep talking about it, and I think, look, stop talking about it. I don't want to watch EastEnders. So it's just freeing up lots of time now. What's helped me a little bit is when I do the live streams, quite often it's overlapping the times that show would have been on live. So the only option is to see it on BBC iPlayer. Now, it's a cracking show, I know, because I got addicted to the thing, but it's just following other people's fictional lives, and it doesn't end. It just goes on and on and on forever. I'm sure if you're at work, you might get people that talk about that show the whole time as if it's real life. Good as it is, I want to break free. So there's 3 episodes so far which I haven't watched. There's one tonight because it's on Friday. It's on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, and I haven't watched it again. Now, is there any shows you're addicted to watching that go on forever that you want to get away from? Keep hearing, there's definitely something following me today, but if so, let me know, what is that show and do you want to break free from it? But yeah, it's not a good one. EastEnders. Oh. What was all of that about? What happened there? How long was I out for? I think we better get going. There's crazy stuff going on in this town. Crazy, spooky stuff. Right, this tree says V. V for victory, or vampire, or other words beginning with V. Venezuela. It occurred to me the other day that all my knowledge is from quiz shows that I've watched of TV. And when I say that, I say quiz shows like The Chase, Tipping Point, University Challenge and Pointless. Now, one of those ones is a bit more highbrow than the other, and the occasional mastermind as well, I suppose. You get some stupid people on those shows, but it is under pressure. You have to imagine. One of the questions once was, this is on The Chase. What country speaks Belgian? mainly speaks Belgian, I think. You're thinking of a trick question there, aren't you? No, but the answer is as simple as it sounds. The answer is Belgium or Belgium. Now, tipping point, if you don't know much about that, you know those, you might have gone down the arcades, you know the shelve machines that go backward and forward, and you put a coin in, it pushes it, and then down a couple of shelves, then you win loads of money. It's a bit like that, but on a grand scale. These are daytime shows that I catch on the ITV player, because quite often I'm working, keeping this channel running and other sorts of bits and pieces. But yeah, that's pretty bad, isn't it? When all my acquired knowledge is off the TV. I don't tend to read any sort of like books anymore because I just don't have time. But you do pick up bits of knowledge. A show called Eggheads is, I've been finished now, is not coming back. But you know, I suppose there's worse shows, is there? Pointless as well. That's another one. Madness. TV. I need to watch less TV. That's what I need to do, and more YouTube. Like this channel. Keep watching this channel. You find lots of stuff. Like before you watched this video, for example, you didn't know that people in Belgium spoke Belgian, did you? So that's something. They speak other languages as well. I'm drivelling. Let's go. It's almost as if I've been abducted by aliens and done weird things to my brain. But at least I've got an excuse this time. Hooray! You know this bit of the walk before, don't you? Really, from other ones. We're coming to the end of the woods bit, and now we're being attacked by dogs. And this goes on to the main roadway. There's the dog again coming to greet us. Oh, he's gone. Right, let's get out of here. I'm glad they can't go over the fence, that's for sure. Right, now that we've tried our chances on the road. Hurrah! Right, over this we go, as per normal. And we cut through here. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I don't know where that phrase used to come from. Where did that phrase used to come from? Right, you're going to start getting more familiar with this walk than I am. So now that's the second one. So we either do this walk one direction or the other, and then we go into some field, which is a right way. Oh God, that's a bit further than I thought. And then get through these terrible thorn things. Right, here we go, through here, no thorns through this bit, and over this gate, and then I'll stop and have a bit of a chattery-roo. It's nice and peaceful around here. I'm glad we did the walk this way round, because then if I'd gone the way I normally intended it, I would have ended up in the park with all the caravans and the gypsies. I wouldn't be able to finish the video. Yeah, it's a bit of a disaster area around there, but I did think about maybe doing some footage, but then I thought, nah, don't risk it. You don't know if things gonna kick off. But there, anyway. Oh yes, what I meant to say, yeah, PlayStation. I don't know if you owned a PlayStation back in the day. I sure did. Time moves very, very fast, and it now got to the thing that PlayStation is 25 years old. Amazing, amazing stuff. Now, the main games I had on the Sony PlayStation were Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit. I didn't have a great many games back in the day. And the original Tomb Raider. I did get Tomb Raider 2 and Tomb Raider 3 as well. It's a system which saw the introduction to Grand Theft Auto, the original one, the top-down one. And also the Tekken series is the one I played the most there, fighting wise. But so many good times on that. It's quite a small system, it was like grey box when you opened it up, put the CD in, and it played. And it's a bit like being in the future. The games loaded up pretty quick compared to what we had before. What I had before was a Commodore Amiga. It was the next step up. It's only a bit later I played other games like Destruction Derby and a few other ones. Crash Bandicoot was a good one. So what was your favourite game on the PlayStation? It's amazing, isn't it, that it's got to 25 years old already. A bit later come the PlayStation 2. I think Battlefront 2 was the game I played the most on there, the Star Wars game. But yeah, time moves super duper fast. Yeah, I mean, the only problem when I do the walk this way round is I end up with this elevation hill. We're going up quite a steep elevation, and I think it's, you do it the other way. You start off going down first. And I think it's graduated. Here, it's all in one go. So it's not one for old blokes, but I'm not old. I'm a young sprightly thing in my 20s. So we'll find a nice quiet spot, and then I'll do the shout outs, because thank you for supporting the channel. It really is appreciated there. Thank you. Right, let's find a place. Yeah, it's been no one about today, which has been quite good. The wind hasn't been too bad, so hopefully it hasn't impacted the microphone a little bit. I haven't got too much control over that because we're sort of like outside, unless I had a boom operator doing separate sound, which I haven't got a team of people running round with me. But anyway, let's go on to the shout outs then. These are for members on the 2nd tier and above, which are supporting the channel. If you want to see what that's all about, click on the join button. It won't commit you straight away. There'll be a video from me telling you a little bit more what that's about. Bottom tier start at $1.99, which isn't a great deal of money for the amount of content I put up, and the live streams as well. It's all pretty much interactive there. Anyone's doing the 2nd tier and above, $4.99. I will give you a shout out in these sort of videos, and for anything else that you might be doing. So if you want me to shout out a project or a website or anything external outside the internet you're doing, I'm more than happy to do that as well. Now, what always happens, water's gone onto the board, smudging everything, so I always do a bit of a backup bit of paper so I can say that as well. So thank you to all these people. I can't thank you enough. Also, people that are sending me some donations in the super chat that comes on the live stream that we mentioned a little bit before. There's a SPEEDBALL 2 one, wasn't there, on Thursday? The hectic Commodore 64 one on Wednesday, where loads of stuff went wrong because of Windows 10 knocking out drivers and stuff. And we had the ZX Spectrum ones Monday and Tuesday, and occasional bonus one. So 2nd tier and above, thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone here. Because it's picking up a bit, which has helped me a great deal. So there's Martin Rimmel, thank you very much, sir. Stuart Laycock, Steve Norman, got your name right this time, which is always a bonus. Thank you, Steve, much appreciated. Lemmy Barrett, Lemmy Barrett, Lemmy Barnett, sorry. I can't read my own, let's cross-reference this. I know it's correct. Yeah, Lemmy Barnett, I knew that. So you got about 3 shout-outs there, Lemmy. Thank you. And Neil Barrett, Stephen Q NEUK, I know you sent me a few Ko-Fis during the streams, it helps. An alert comes up there as well, and I'll give you a shout out on Twitter for any of those Ko-Fis that do happen, not just on the streams. If anyone wants to do those at any point, I will do a shout out because you're supporting the channel. If you don't want to wait to the live streams and want to send me a donation there, that's doable, either that or directly through the PayPal giving page. All the money, as much as I can do, gets put back into the channel to try and improve it and all those sort of things and keep going. Phil Hill, thank you. Stuart Clegg, Rossi Bossy, thank you, sir. Julie Monkton, a big supporter of the channel there, quite interactive on Twitter. And I'm going to shout out again one of Julie's projects that she's doing called myoldtoybox.weebly.com, which is a nostalgic look at old toys and games. So I'll leave that, all sorts of stuff really, Kinder eggs too, so those sort of toys that are around the time when toys made of metal and health and safety didn't take over. So I'll leave that link up for a little bit. Chono Baggy, Greyholt 2, thank you guys. Pum Reader, Jason Holmes, Tom and Andrew Gibson, so thank you all on the 2nd tier. So there's quite a few of you now. Hope you're enjoying the bonus video that goes up in the members section, let you know what videos are going up, and I might put an additional one up asking you for your recommendations for future live streams if you want to do that. And can't say we're going to do all of those, but give me a bit of an idea and I'll try and push those, prioritise those forward. And on the top tier, top of the shop, thank you Graham Vebke, so thank you, my friend from Australia. Hope you're doing well, sir, where you are. So thank you for coming on my walk with me, everyone. It makes it interesting rather than staying in all the time. The only times I wouldn't be able to do this if it's pouring with rain or a hurricane or the whole area got overrun with, you can't call them gypsies now, can you, with travellers, let's say. Yeah, so thank you very much there. Until next time, videos going up Saturday and Sunday, of course. Till next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, E.
And Jenkin.